So, lads, the New York Liberty have just cut Marisha Davis, which doesn't really mean anything. Like, look, she was their first round pick from last year, but at the same time, like, is Marisha Davis anything spectacular? Not really. Actually, she's not. She's a bit of an athlete. Like, honestly, I'd like to see how she would work out with the Fever instead of Bree Turner. I think she has potential to be okay. Like, she's like a worse version of Sanaya Rivers. That's probably the best thing that I can, best way I can put it. Maybe she's just a worse version of Sanaya Rivers. But yeah, it is an interesting thing with her being cut. Like, again, it's not like it means anything for the Liberty, except it does mean two things. So, if you guys didn't see this tweet right here, Han Zhu, obviously she's speaking in Chinese, or Mandarin or some Chinese language, but at the same time, she said, "Zhang Jiu and I, the Twin Towers, will shock the world. I'm coming back to the New York Liberty." So Asia Cup ends in like a week, and if you guys don't know who Han Zhu is, like, she is, I'm not joking when I say this, a footer. She is a footer. As in, she is 7 feet tall. And ironically, for the Chinese national team, she is not their biggest center. And look, is she going to be this player who changes everything? Not really. But if you look, her last time in the league, she averaged 6 points per game. And she was doing it on like very small minutes per game. Very small minutes. I want to just check here what her minutes per game were in that season. In 12 minutes per game, she averaged 6 a game, which for a 12-minute per game player is incredible. And by the way, she's got touch from the three-point line. If you guys have watched her in China, her team didn't have any import players. And, like they didn't have any import players. But if you guys are just seeing what she's been able to do for her career, she has very much been one of the better players in the Chinese league and one of the better bench bigs. And again, she's 7 foot tall. I know she's listed at 6'11", but she is huge. She is huge. She's 6'11". She has good touch. She was like, again, she was as good as Liz Cambridge. She was as good as Camila Cardoso in the Chinese league this year, in the CBA. She is just another piece. And again, I don't just like Marine Johannes, like her. I don't think they're not pieces that are going to guarantee them anything. And with Marisha Davis gone, by the way, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, if Han Zhu comes over, it means that they can't have MLS because they already have 12 players. If you replace Marisha Davis with Han Zhu. No. Including Jalen Sherrod, Rebecca Gardner, probably Sherrod, Izzy Harrison, all of these players, including all of their contracts, they still have 118,000 salary, which is a prorated max. They have the prorated minimum and a prorated maximum to give out. So they have maximum money to bring in. If they bring in Han Zhu on a minimum, which they probably will, they still have max money to give out Messman. They still have prorated max money to give her. DeWanna Bonner took the prorated minimum, which means the Phoenix Mercury have a little bit more than prorated minimum to give Emma. But like the most cap space is still with the New York Liberty. And like she is somebody that is like, again, she's as good as Leah Rue. That's the best way I'll say it. She's as good as Leah Rue. How they're going to keep all these players. Vegas ain't the only team that needs investigating. Han Zhu coming back over. Is this a center we're getting? She's coming back. If she comes back this year, it's over. The fact is they are currently the favorites in the MLS Women's Sweepstakes. But at the same time, you never know like what's going to happen, but they're currently the favorites in the Emma Sweepstakes. Someone said Mercedes Russell, all you need to do is rebound, defend the paint. Have you seen Han saying she's coming back? Like, Han Zhu is probably going to be another game changer. And that's what happens when these rosters have players. And by the way, if you guys don't know, you know who the best young player outside the WNBA is? That is like in and around the age. let's just say 2001 and younger. 2001 and younger, who the best player outside the WNBA is that is not in college? Raquel Carrera. The Liberty have her rights. Annika Soltau is an interesting one. They had the rights to Kane from France. They signed Annika Soltau, who I think is a really, really interesting one. Because if you guys don't know, Soltau was meant to have been a first-round pick in 2025. She was meant to have been a first-round pick in 2025. And basically, she went to, I can't remember what team it was in Spain, but our fan was playing over. It didn't work out. She didn't really play much in Spain. When she was on, she wasn't doing great. And then she went and played in a lower league in Switzerland and averaged like 30 a game. And because she went to that lower league, she got undrafted because she couldn't cut it in Spain because she wasn't ready for the WNBA. She might be ready in 3 years because she's seen as like as good. She was seen as as good a prospect as Aisha Civica a year ago. And she, the Liberty have her rights. And that's what smart teams do. That is what smart teams do every single time. Like, they are going to get the rights to these players. They're going to figure out how to work it. The Liberty don't have very many draft picks. And this is why the Liberty, people are wondering, like, why the Liberty keep giving up draft picks. This is why. This is why. This is why the Liberty don't need draft picks. Because let's be real. You got Han Shu coming back in, who's good. You have Maureen Johannes coming back in this year. Then if you don't first round pick this year, which goes to the Connecticut Sun, you then go and say, okay, Raquel Carrera, you're as good as a first round pick. You're coming over. Last year, Leo Phoebus came over. So they just keep getting players that are essentially first round, second round picks. In 2 to 3 years' time, if one of Soltau or Kane work out, they're just like, okay, yeah, cool. You come over. You're not ready when you're 19. We're going to take your rights. And when you're 22 and you're ready, you come over and play for us. And suddenly you're there on a 4-year rookie deal and we've got you tied down. But yeah, it's a weird situation. It is a weird situation being another team. And it's just a smart front office. It is genuinely just a smart front office. And we got to give credit where credit's due. We got to give credit where credit is due to this organization. It could just be unfair. It could legitimately just be unfair with how good they are. But they've now are not only potentially adding in, that is the FIFA game, they're not only potentially adding in Emma Messiman, they're probably adding in a freaking 7-foot tall giant. So anyway, I'll see you guys.